unfortunately, that shit didn't work.
Sometimes shit don't work.
It didn't work. Yes.
Okay. All right. Hello Instagram. Hello YouTube. Hello the world. I am Nyella Malone, aka your Hyde Park Therapist. I am here with KMoon. She is one of the most fantastic millennials out here doing everything. She's making opportunities out of nothing. Okay. And I am happy to have her here in my home, on my couch, in my life. KMoon, tell the world about yourself.
Hi world, I am KMoon, as she just explained. Originally, my government name is Nakisha Moon, so a lot of people are like, is that your real name? Yes. So I may change it. I may legally change it.
You may legally change the KMoon?
Yeah, because my parents actually call me KMoon.
Okay.
But I do go by KMoon, and that stands for Keep Making Opportunities Out of Nothing. Born and raised on the west side of Chicago.
Oh,
people still do that.
Yeah, I think they do.
Maybe a little late.
I'm dodging bullets. Hold on. We on the south side.
But no. Born and raised on the west side of Chicago. I have two siblings, two brothers. Middle child, only girl, so kind of a spoiled, but whatever. Yeah, a little bit. What? Oh, I'm an entrepreneur, yes. Self-employed. Walked away from my job 2 years ago. I was a mail carrier. I don't know, should I go into major details of why I did that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Why not?
So basically, I'm real big on making promises to myself and keeping them. So at 25, I wrote a note to myself that I will retire at 35.
Damn it.
And when I turned 35, I was like, oh, maybe I'll wait till I'm 37.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be honest. So what happened was my supervisor pissed me off one day.
Damn it. They will do that.
Yeah.
They'll do that every day.
When I walked out the office, I said, you don't even supposed to be here anyway. You said you was gonna retire at 35. So the next day, I wrote a 1 month notice to my job.
Okay.
Yeah. And
you made it official.
Yeah, I made it official because I was already breaking a promise to myself, and I didn't deserve to do that.
At this point, how old were you?
I was 35.
Okay.
But I had turned 35 in March.
Okay.
And this was in June when I wrote the notice. But I walked away July 11th.
Okay.
Yeah. Reason why I did is because I feel that unless you have like a certain trade or a certain field of your career, you should probably step out and want to be an entrepreneur. Okay. And the reason why I say it is, if it does not work, you can always go back and get a job. But you don't want to get to a certain age and be like, man, that one idea or that one thing I want to do, that one business I want to start, I should have started it years ago. But now you feel that you're too old or you're outdated or it's not trendy anymore. So my thing is, if it doesn't work for me,
you can always
always go back and work for a W-2.
They say that there's always work at the post office. I don't know how current that is now, but
no, it is always be work at the post office.
I mean, definitely during Christmas season.
Yeah, right now it's peak season.
Absolutely.
Hey, I know y'all carriers about to make a lot of money.
Get some doubles
Yeah. So yeah, that's me. If you want to find me, you can find me on social media. Instagram, I am at KMoon. That's KMoon 319. You can find me on Facebook. Facebook forced me to use my government name, so you can find me there at Nakisha Moon. That's NAKESHIA. Last name Moon, MOON. Yeah, then you can also find an organization that I'm a co-founder with called Thank You Chicago, and that's at TY Chicago. You definitely should follow that page along with my page, but you definitely should follow Thank You Chicago.
Okay. At Thank You Chicago, is that on Instagram?
Yeah, it's
at
on
TY Chicago.
At TY Chicago on Instagram. We're also on Facebook too. Thank You Chicago.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah. Just for the people in the audience, this is sage burning to keep the atmosphere holy.
Keep that negative energy
keep all the negative energy down and keep everything good. So just let people know that this is sage and no other smoke. However, it is a casual conversation, not a clinical conversation, and I'm having a little rain moment, so don't worry about what's in my cup. But
it's water.
But it's water in KMoon's cup.
I promise you.
It's hers is water. So KMoon, we're here really to talk about mental health. As everybody knows that again, I'm a clinical counselor. I'm a trained psychotherapist, and I have an office in Hyde Park in Chicago. Hey, the middle of the universe, the middle of the world, Chicago, Hyde Park, Illinois. And you know, you came to me. And
I found you.
Yes, you did find me. And tell us a little bit about why you came. Go as deep as you want to go, or stay as shallow as you want to be. Whatever you want to do.
I found you because I had a real bad breaking point last year. In October, I was suffering from sleep deprivation. I was dealing with depression and anxiety, and it all kind of hit me at once. I had never experienced anything like that in my life.
Yeah.
The anxiety thing, it just started coming out of nowhere. The depression, I guess, I wouldn't say it's part of life, but sometimes I would have sad moments, but they typically go away. But mine's, those things was just lingering on me. And usually I can overcome a lot of stuff because I'm kind of considered like a strong person.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I thought I can get over it, but I couldn't. I wasn't sleeping at all. Like at that point, before I met you, I had slept properly in probably about almost 5 weeks.
5 weeks.
Yeah. So it was scary, and I was breaking down.
Right.
Like, I was breaking down mentally. And I didn't know what was going on, and I was like, either I'm gonna have to check myself into a mental hospital, and then it was at one point where I was like, I don't care if I go to sleep and don't wake up.
Wow.
Yeah, so it wasn't like I wanted to self-harm myself, but I just wanted some sleep that bad.
Right.
And so I just went on Google. Like, I knew that I needed to talk to someone. I didn't want to be put on no medication or anything like that, because I felt it's just something that I need to just dig deep and figure out, but I just didn't know how to do it myself. I couldn't call on no friends, because your friends, they just want you to be okay.
This is true.
So they just gonna tell you go, sis, you gotta be strong, and it's like, I can't hear that right now. I need to find out what's really causing me to have the feelings and dealing with the stuff that I was dealing with.
But that's true. Like, as black people, just on a cellular level, we resilient.
Yeah.
That's what we do. We overcome. We survive. We superheroes.
Yeah.
We take oppression and turn it into opportunities.
All the time.
But sometimes, after all that resiliency, sometimes you find yourself in a bed and it's like, I cannot move. And then you're having pains and you're having aches, and you go to the doctor and the tests come up clean.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, what's really going on?
Yeah, because I went to the emergency room. Within that 5 weeks, man, I went probably like 3 times, because I was having like severe anxiety attacks in my car, where I was feeling like I couldn't breathe. But the crazy or weird part about it was, when I would get to the hospital, I would feel okay.
Right.
Like, I could breathe properly and stuff like that, but I'll get in my car or I'll be somewhere and it just hits me out of nowhere.
You need to feel safe.
Yeah, it wasn't things that triggered it. It would just come out of nowhere. So that was the scary part too. That was extremely scary, because you're like, okay, what's going on? Okay. But anyway, so
let's shout out to Google. You said
so I Googled, and so I knew I needed somebody that I could relate to or could relate to me.
Okay.
So the first thing I Googled was female African American therapist in Hyde Park.
All right. Okay.
And so it was several people came up for some reason. There was still some Caucasian women.
I know. I did that too. I Googled that, and I'm like, this white woman popped up first.
Yeah. So so I remember I called one young lady, and And I left a message and she didn't answer. And I don't know if I think I called you also and left a message, but you responded back.
Yes, I give a call back 24 hours or less.
You responded back, and so we set up a session to meet, and that's when my first time really sitting on the couch and explaining what I was dealing with, and come to find out it was a lot of more underlying things that was affecting me that I had been suppressing for so long, that I felt that I didn't think was an issue, but then once we talked and I realized it was like, okay, yeah, it was.
I appreciate that, because I mean, sometimes when people come to the couch, it's like it's the last resort, you know, and it's like when somebody comes in, it's like, okay, I done been to the acupuncturist, I done been to the emergency room, I done drank teas, and I done did everything, so alright, fix me, you know. So it's a little difficult sometimes getting over that little hump, but as a therapist, knowing that people are desperate for solutions.
Yeah,
you know,
we are, because I went to acupuncture. I even went to a hypno to get hypnotized.
Yeah,
because for the sleep, because I couldn't sleep. Unfortunately, that shit didn't work.
Sometimes shit don't work.
It didn't work. Yeah, so like I was trying to take every step, and so I was just like, all right, before you go to the mental hospital, you got one more thing to do.
The last resort.
Because I didn't feel that I need a psychiatrist, because I knew the first thing they're gonna do is prescribe you medication.
This is true.
I'm not a big person of medication in some cases. I know in some cases it is needed for certain things, but yeah,
no, I mean, as a mental health provider and psychotherapist, I do work with MDs and psychiatrists